right, we should be back. We should be live with our Cyberpunk Red sitcom. Apparently, I'm loud, or something just happened to Jameis's headphones. One of the two.
You're being a bit loud for.
Okay, so is it loud? All right, I can adjust things.
Just don't shout; it'll be fine.
Hey, shouting happens. It just does. All right. How's that now? Is that still too loud?
That's fine.
That's fine. Okay. All right, guys, we are back with our Cyberpunk Red sitcom mashup. Gone for a little bit, but we're back. We're back. And back with us, Richard. Who are you playing?
Hi there. Even though you can't see me because my camera's off this week, I'm still waving as I do every time when I do this because I'm an idiot. I am heavily medicated and not feeling very well, but I am playing Laszlo the Doctor, so I'm here to spread the playground. And unfortunately, fans, no voice from me this week. Just my voice.
As I imagine most med techs are in the cyberpunk world, heavily medicated all the time, 24/7, because they can be. All right, good enough. Kelly, who are you playing tonight?
Hello, I'm playing Marius, your friendly neighborhood dentist in training. And sometimes a net runner, but not a good one.
You might be a better dentist.
I'm thinking so. I can pull teeth pretty good, I think.
And you now know the difference between a tongue and a tooth.
Yes, very important. I didn't realize how important that was, but it is very important. For the patient, not for
day
me.
one information.
Yeah.
Steven, who you got?
I am playing Pinball, the put upon solo, who tries to be a voice of reason because he's a professional. Gosh darn it!
Are you okay, Pinball? Are you okay?
He's not okay with being condescended to this much now.
Right, Michael, who you got?
I'm playing 40, the rocker girl. Not a voice of reason.
No. Now, when it comes to your rivals, you like to curb stomp.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a thing you do. It's how you get ahead in the profession. And Jameis.
Playing Lena Roykin, the ticky with a side of Nomad.
But really, it's the rat that we all love that he also plays. So who's the rat?
Sebastian.
Sebastian the rat. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we left the end of last story arc, starting the new one. We're just going to kind of pick up with you and your coffin hotel. Everything is just copacetic, just fine. You just got a big score. You're waiting on to figure out what's the best way to turn that score to cash. Of course, Ollivander is willing to help with the small percentage taken off the top, which is useful because Ollivander does have better contacts than you and might be able to get a much larger base price for certain things, but you still need to figure that out. One minor hiccup in things is that your other roommate seems to be in the middle of torturing someone and is having Marius help by pulling certain teeth, playing dentist. She's a really good instructor, Marius. You now know the difference between canines, incisors,
I didn't know
and
there
a tongue.
was a difference. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So we're going to pick back up as the show starts. Camera zooms out as yes, we'll start with 40, who is shaking her head, face palming, and who's 40 talking to?
I'm sitting next to Elena.
Okay.
Using the pizza box to shield my face from the entire torture section of the common room.
Yes. Yeah. Got one of the best pizzas in the neighborhood.
Smells bad, it tastes bad, but at least it's real food. The cheese is good. I like cheese.
Yes. Okay. Well, what do you have to say, 40?
I think the last thing I told
around the
him
room
was
in a bit.
that the phone, when I had a phone that looked like that, it tried to blow me up.
Oh, that's right. I've got the phone,
It's
don't I?
Yes.
water thing.
Mm-hmm. believe you had found out some basic information already, like you found out the phone is meshed. Other phones like it are in a network around, and some of these. Believe you also found out. Actually, I know you did. You found out that while this is a military phone, um, it's also being used by a gang that has just recently come after you. So there is some collusion there with the military and the capitalist pig dogs.
Hmm. I also found out it generates passcodes for a particular thing.
Yes. Basically, if the phone is in an area where one of the passcodes can unlock something, it will do so. You just don't know what they unlock. Oh, yes, we are using the official Cyberpunk Red Roll20 module tonight. So the fine players grabbed it on discount and allowed me to use it here and put it up, and it seems to be doing stuff. It is doing stuff.
Mhm.
We found a few problems so far, but it's doing stuff. The GM particularly likes the fact that I can just generate a screen sheet. Like today, apparently a city council member praises Hope State, whatever that is. But there we go. I just randomized it, and it's all nice. Yes. And the vending machine generator, which is my favorite of the generators.
Does it generate vending machines? I want to go
It
buy a
does.
vending machine. I'll go to the vending machine generator and get one.
This particular vending machine vends food, and it has pizza, canned juice, bags of kibble, hamburgers, another bag of kibble, ramen noodles, more hamburgers, smash cola. Yes. Astonishing technology. So,
Yes, we can see that on the screen.
yes, yes, you can.
So be careful if you don't want any of us to see anything.
Ah, it's all good.
I can't
Okay.
look at that anyway.
We will pan camera a little bit then over to Pinball. Who's Pinball talking to?
Last I remember, Pinball was getting in on the interrogation to speed things up because he does not like his home being used for business.
Okay. Well, then you're standing over watching Marius's attempts at dentistry.
And what was her name? Jane gave me a list of questions to ask.
Not Jane.
Nancy, Jane.
Nancy.
I mean, we can call her whatever. She responds.
Jane! Exclamation mark is 40's rival.
Oh, I didn't say anything about an exclamation point. Apparently, it's Jane and exclaimers.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes. So yeah, you have a list. Pinball may know various interrogation techniques from his sordid past. It is actually a fairly decent list. A couple of questions that get baseline, a couple of questions that are kind of non sequiturs that throw the person off, going back to the questions that really matter that are buried in there pretty deeply.
Yep. A lot of them involve the military base, if I recall.
Yes. This is where you feel free to make up some questions, but to the point, she specifically is trying to find out what the command structure is and how they are linked into the capitalist pig dogs.
Which is crazy since we have like a colonel in front of us.
And exactly the best ways to get on the base as well.
Apparently, she had no difficulty in that, so I don't know why she's asking.
Oh, no. She did not take him on the base. No, in fact. She does say, oh, Marius, by the way, the next time you go to the dojo, if anyone gives you the side glance, I told them I was your girlfriend. I mean, I had to be able to get him in the locker room, you see.
Wait, what? Oh, I'm sure.
Took him right out of the locker room. It's fine.
This is one of your, what do you call it, senpais?
Yes.
I'm surprised you don't recognize him. He should be giving you lessons, but You have turned on him. You are treasonous, yes, and a bad person.
He wasn't very good, apparently. But he's got some wicked teeth. Like, look at this. I can just... This one resists, and I just have to put my foot on his chest and pull as hard as I can. And then
There's
you can hear
gargling.
Stop with that for the moment. We have the questions to ask.
Oh, do you want me to put this back in?
There's no putting it back in.
Oh, see, I'm learning. Look at me learning. This is great. Where's my notepad?
I get the feels that Marius actually does have a notepad and pencil.
Yeah, covered in blood. Yep.
I'm very, very uncomfortable with this.
Well, here, let me get you a chair.
Nope. And I read off the poor colonel's name tag again.
Oh,
What was his name?
well, he actually is not in full regalia. She pulled him out of the gym, kind of half dressed. He doesn't have all the stars and bars on, just enough to let you know he's military. And well, yeah, he has a rank. He has a rank, all right.
And he doesn't have his name badge on.
He does not. Nope.
Name and rank, soldier. Why are you mumbling? Speak clearly now.
His mouth is filled with blood. His mouth is being held open by like a little winch device, and his tongue has gouges taken out of it.
Marius.
That's my bad. Sorry.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's a learning process.
Take that out so it can answer.
Oh yeah, I don't actually know. Is it taped? I think it might be screwed in. I'll just reach in and grab the wire frame that's holding his mouth open.
Okay.
And then I'll hand him like my handful of teeth and be like, "Do you want me to put any of these back? That might help him." Oh yeah.
At this point, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just pick the gold out of these ones.
Yeah. Well, if you clear all that out of his mouth, Nancy has a little trough and he spits blood into it, clears his mouth a little bit. Yeah, looks over to Pinball.
Name and rank after his mouth has been cleared.
Gunnarsson. That's all you get.
All right, suppose you die now. I mean, you know that anyway. But it's much more easier and you get a quicker death if you just spit out what needs to be known.
Look, I don't know what this crazy woman wants. She's been just asking just stupid questions this whole time.
Yes, she's insane. I feel like
I've
shooting
seen
her
your
instead of
faces.
you.
I've seen your faces. I know how this goes.
Yep. This is, and
But-
it is exactly why I do not want you here. But that is wishes on one hand, horses in the other, and you can eat. You know.
Look, spits more blood out. I found that cash can lubricate lots of situations. Yeah, I've seen your face, but I don't know who you are. Call this lady Nancy. I'm pretty sure that's not her name.
It is not. She's setting us up. Frankly, I kind of want to turn her over to you. I think that's actually a very good idea, but I might have to turn this moron over with her because he is very dumb. He's talking
what?
about Marius.
Yeah, I don't think Marius actually heard that as he's sitting there like, ooh, these are gold fillings. Working at it. While this is going on, Laszlo, what are you doing?
Well, as I was looking over the instruments that she was using out of a professional curiosity, really,
Mm-hmm.
but when they actually get used, he's not interested in that side of the business.
Okay.
So
Definitely old school dentist appliance before they had things like power drills and quick clotting instruments and lasers. No, this is old school.
Actually, power drill would be really good right about now, I think. I'm going to go look for one. We've got to have one here.
Why?
Oh, and there was a cat, wasn't there, in my
Yes.
thing?
a
So
cat
once I'm
in
done
your
doing
cube.
that, I will go over and look at the cat. Then
It
What
is
is this
sleeping
doing
quite
here?
contentedly on a pillow. It looks so innocent there.
don't know if this is. I don't know if this is something that can be eaten or not.
It's definitely not human.
If you try hard enough.
I mean, I will open the door and try to tempt the cat out of my
Sure.
cubicle.
You open the door. It continues to sleep on. It raises just a furry head, kind of looks at you, gives a lays its
Come
head
here.
back down on your
It's
pillow.
exciting outside. Look at this random meat that I found on the floor near where chunks were taken out of that guy's tongue.
Okay. Well, you lower the cat to the front of your cubicle. Its tail is swishing back and forth. Gets back on its haunches. It shakes its butt like it's about to spring on the offered morsel.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it out. Once it's out, then I'll slam the button to shut it again. Shut my cubicle again so I can't get back in.
Sure. You toss the pit of meat and it leaps through the air trying to get it. And it's clear of your coffin as you close the door. You see it's left behind. Of course, all cats seem to have fur the opposite color of what you want. And so there's contrasting fur all over your sheets, your pillow. It might have crapped in the corner. It's hard to tell. But now it's freely running through the common areas as it
Let's go.
ravages
No.
the bit of flesh.
I'm running out holding Sebastian.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was staying here with a cat.
Oh, well. I forgot about that. Never mind.
Oh, Gunnarsson, seems that you have a cat. Fan of your cat, are you?
Nancy says, "Oh, no. I just found it in the alley. I couldn't leave it there. The poor thing looks starved."
You grabbed a cat that wasn't even Gunnarsson's? You said it was
Well, yeah.
Gunnarsson's.
I don't know whose it was. I mean, it kind of looked like it liked Gunnarsson. I mean, it stayed in his lap the whole time.
Gunnarsson, you like cats? Yes, no. It is a simple question.
It actually spits out more blood. Is my cat. I bring it to the dojo.
Mm-hmm. See,
The place is overran with mice.
free food. Yes, I understand.
Yes.
Kibble
Gar
is
likes
expensive.
to chase the mice. It is, and he likes the mice.
Dar, is it?
Gar,
Gar,
short for
Gar.
Garfield. His old 20th century comic strip I'd seen him passing in some antique shop.
Wait, isn't that the thing that the horrible interstellar horrors are based off of?
I don't know that one.
Oh, it's a terrible, terrible comic strip and show that keeps getting brought up. It's this horror beyond the stars that is in the shape of a cat, and it tortures this one person named John. It keeps saying, "I'm sorry, John," but it's not really sorry.
So, Elena, you're hearing that the cat is an expert mouser and has a taste for mouse flesh.
I've left.
You've left. Okay. Protective,
I left already as soon as I
protectively coddling your rat as you leave the room.
Mm-hmm.
Look, Pinball, I guess is your code name. I don't particularly want to die, and I don't know what the heck this woman wants look, let's talk. You and me.
Sounds good.
You seem like a very reasonable person.
I am a professional, and this is very unprofessional so far. I think you can appreciate the unprofessional situation that we both find ourselves in.
I can relate.
I mean, what would you do if someone outside your command structure abducted someone outside of your organization and brought them into, say, your office and tied them to a chair and started pulling out teeth? I mean,
Well, what
what
I do,
is that?
I'd call the MP. That's what they take care of. But we're not on the base.
We're not on the base. You have a much bigger organization than I do. But you get the illusion that I am getting at, yes?
Yeah, look, I do. And while my mouth hurts a lot, I've got an excellent dental plan. I can always get improvements done. Nothing here needs to be permanent yet.
Yeah, you can probably get a fancy new iron jaw which crushes walnuts like something that is easy to crush. Sparrow eggs between thighs, perhaps. Anyhow, why don't you tell me by what happened with the lady that is clearly insane and will have to be put down like a rabid dog?
She's nodding along, by the way, taking notes. Sideways, she'll say, "You're really good at this. Keep him going." Look, woman came into the changing area, started chatting me up. Hey, I thought it was going to be a nice evening. Next thing I know, I'm hogtied like a pig, and I'm being brought here with my cat. And then she proceeds to start torturing me and asking very few questions, so which I'm happy to answer what I can.
And very reasonable of you. Very, very reasonable. So tell me about the capitalist bid dogs.
Yeah, he looks a little tight at that. It's like, yes, they are a tool. We find them useful.
Great. Why do they have your phones?
We have to keep in touch with them somehow. This place is not exactly well wired.
Understandable so far. And how much do you feel
Give me a
about them
human
being...
perception roll, by the way, and if you do well on it, I'll let you know when it feels like he's lying or telling a half truth.
Let's see. Human perception. Mine, not so great. I have
Marius, you're there. You could make the roll too.
Okay.
Let's see. But I would like to add... Let's see. How much luck do I have?
Actually, 40. Everyone in the room can make it. You're close enough. 40. This is a fairly small area. I caught that you've got your gun drawn behind the pizza box.
I'm going to add in 3 points of luck. So whatever this is, plus 3, I think.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
40 is actively trying to ignore what is happening over there and is just ready in case Nancy goes crazy.
Okay. Nancy is just taking notes. Jameis? Where did Elena go? So you left the area. Where did you go?
I left the apartment.
Okay, where did you
go? Okay, I've still got the phone with me. It was just something I was sort of just double checking. The main thing is to sort of get away from here, but since I'm out and about, I don't know how much you recall about the local area, but I've said that I just want to see if there's anything nearby, basically, at the moment that's responding to the need for a passcode from the phone in case there's something. Just have to be.
all right. So
there's something nearby that seems picked up on the phone.
Sure, you're just going around the neighborhood then.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get back to you then. 40, you're just saying you're being aware of things but aren't really listening. Laszlo, what are you doing? And did you make a roll for human perception to see if this guy is lying or?
I didn't. I can.
Yeah, you're in the room, so you can make it. Whether or not you're paying attention is up to you, though.
Might as well be. Why not? Yeah, I was. Well, no, actually, I'm not because I'm cleaning all the crap that's out of my cubicle
Okay.
now.
All right,
If
yeah,
there
that's
is
fair
crap
enough.
in there, I will investigate to find if there is actual crap in there.
It's not actually. Apparently, it had a collar on it, and it had managed to slip out of its collar. The collar is laying in the corner, and it's kind of a poop brown color, so it looks like it was a tightly coiled mass. It is not, however.
Well, I'll have a look at the. Has it got a tag on it that can be?
It does.
Which will have details of stuff.
It is also a poop brown tag that says GAR, and actually, it just has a 4-digit number on it. Nothing else. It's a little thick for a name tag. Yeah, it's good, 1/4 inch thick. Seems to be made of like aircraft aluminum or some kind of very light metal.
I'll start feeling it up, feeling around, and see if there's like, I don't know, a seam or anything there
Okay.
that can be.
Since you're looking for it specifically, I won't make you roll. Yeah, it's you play around with it some, and it kind of detaches, and it's kind of like the cyberpunk equivalent of like a thumb drive. It's data storage.
Ooh. Well, I will go out and show it off to the others, and try to get a read on the guy. When I get pull it out, is he going to be going,
All
"Oh
right.
crap, they found my thing,"
Yeah.
or is it going to be?
This is where you can make me a human perception roll. So, who actually passed the check if you decided to make it?
What was the DV?
DV on this one is. Sorry. He's actually not horrible at this sort of thing. So
No, I completely failed. So
Just wait. Let's wait.
okay, 15.
I failed. We failed.
I have a -2. I
Yeah,
have failed,
no.
sir.
Pinball failed hard. No doubt about that.
So Laszlo, however,
Laszlo knows humans but doesn't really care enough to be able to socialize with them.
so no, there's definitely a tell when you walk in and he sees the collar. Studiously ignores it at first, but then he sees that you have kind of unhooked the data drive, and you see his eyes go just very still. And to everyone else, there's not a break in the conversation, but you see it, Laszlo. He does give a tell that is important to him.
Is it, oh no, they found my secret thing? Or is it, oh no, they found the thing that I am saying is my secret thing, but as soon as they plug it into a computer, it will alert everybody to my location?
That you can't tell. You can just tell that he absolutely recognizes it and that it is important somehow.
We found his feet pictures.
Yes.
Possibly.
It's his
yes.
pictures of Only Feet. His download of the popular site Only Feet.
All right, well, I will go and dangle it in front of everybody else. Ooh. See? Leave it to me.
What is this thing that you have found? Why are you dangling it in front of me? I'm having a conversation with Mr. Gunnarsson here. He actually has a rank, but he has not divulged it, so he is Mr. And I know that will probably be upsetting to him, but this is the bet that he has made in and must lie.
Well, look, the more you know, son, the more that I'm not going to walk out of the situation. So, the least we know about each other, the better.
I don't know. Maybe
let's just have a conversation.
Let's see
Man
if
to
we
man.
can make an arrangement. I hate this woman. You hate this woman. We could make an arrangement of screwing over this woman, and we walk away friends in the end.
Nancy catches her eye. She gives you a stage wink and mouths. Great technique.
I lean over to whisper to him, stage whisper while looking directly at Nancy. It's not a lie.
Look, your friend here
Not my
apparently
friend.
is off for medications. Look, I can forgive what's happened to me to this point. Um, we can turn around and we can all forget this ever happened. Maybe make yourself a little richer in the process. Heck, maybe even I hire you guys now and then.
We are very good at our jobs. Again, not my friend, not actually with us. Doesn't work with us either.
She gives you a thumbs up. You're doing great.
They ask me all the time, am I okay? I am not okay.
What's it going to take to make this okay, Pinball?
Well, your complete forgiveness, killing her, and probably moving into a new apartment and changing my name. How about you? Do you think that's a pretty good idea?
Well, killing people is messy. It's not something I specialize in. As far as having to move out of your great apartment here, I mean, that's up to you. If we can come to some kind of understanding, there's no reason for me to hold a grudge.
But tell me what it is you can offer me that makes me not dump you into a hole. Because, you know,
Well,
you've
as you
seen too
mentioned,
much.
I mean, I have a certain rank in the military that's just
I
to your
mean,
north here.
you have
My
not
body
said
shows
anything.
up floating in a river. People are going to investigate. And let me tell you, our investigators are very good. They're very good at what they do.
I mean, she's already removed half your teeth. It's going to have to get into DNA, but I think they have it on file. They do always do these days.
Of course they do.
So,
I'll lay it out to you real easy, Pinball. The
make it.
military engages some of the less likely occupants of the city to do things for us once in a while that legally we're unable to do. I'm a talent scout. You all seem talented in your own ways. I don't know what it is Nancy here thought she would get off me or if she just needed somebody from the base, but you scored. You scored big.
Uh-huh. So, why do you think she wants you?
Well, from the series of questions you've been asking, and she started with, well, I would assume that you want access to one of our nodes on the base, easiest way to get there, and what exactly we are doing with the street gang.
So, Nancy, why don't you, in a gesture of good faith, tell him why you have abducted this poor man off the street and why I am not shooting you in the head right now.
His car had military tags. He looked, really nice in his suit. They call them suits, the uniform. Uniform. He had a very nice looking uniform. I do like men in uniforms. And military tags on the car, smart looking uniform. I figure he could get us on the base. He was real easy to get to. You know that dojo of yours, Marius, doesn't even have working cameras?
You mean they're fake?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Again,
Well, except for the one in the bathrooms. That one's real. And
You're
Yeah, I see the light
stop.
blinking.
Oh, okay. You're getting off topic. You have, not giving the higher order of your objective of why you think you need to be on the base.
Well, I
Go
told
on.
you. I have an address to a data store and a load of money, which I said I would give to you guys for helping me out, for being such great roommates and all. But I got to get on the base to be able to access it. I mean, I got the node point. I know how to get in there. Marius might be able to help me get through the few checkpoints that I don't have information on. But hey, there's a huge data store there. I would really like to retrieve and delete my own records, which I know, all these bases, they say there's no global network anymore, but all these military bases do seem to find a way to link to one another. I figure If I can get on base, I can expunge my record. No more assassin for hire, trained by the government. Nancy never existed.
So Gunnarsson, what do you think about her insanity? Do you shoot her in the head now, please, or you want to get paid or whatever by her?
He mulls it over for a moment. He's occasionally, Laszlo, he does look over at the fob you have in your hand. He says, well, she's not wrong. I mean, if she was a spook, our systems likely do connect somewhere that she could expunge the easily had data. I mean, he kind of tries to turn his head, but he can't. He's got a very limited range of motion. Nancy was it? Look, they do have offsite hard data cache. You realize that, right? We don't just keep it on a network. Somewhere there's a physical file on you, probably with genetic tagging material as well.
I mean, hell, there are the people that actually trained you, too. Have you killed them all?
There is that. Yes. Jameis, as you are driving around, one of the keys flashes off on the agent that you have as you're driving by Tiger Dojo. Apparently, one of the keys does interact with some kind of security door at the dojo.
All right. Silent, I'm here. Let's go investigate.
Okay. Yeah, it opens or it. It's actually got a proximity thing on it when it tells you you're closer to it. Basically it's a pass key to one of the back doors. It's like a 24-hour pass or 24/7 pass, I should say. So you can get into the dojo whenever you want.
Good to go look at Maris's records and potentially alter them a bit. But
No, those are private. You can't bother me with my testing records. That's not fair.
Jump him ahead a few belts.
Yeah. Oh, he's now purple belt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm okay with that. That's okay. As long as you don't
Okay.
read what's actually there, just destroy it, burn it.
Yep. 40 still clutching the gun behind the pizza box, just waiting to take a shot at Nancy. Laszlo's there spinning the little data storage device in his hand. Marius is still trying to extract the gold fillings from the man's teeth. It's harder than it looks. This stuff is really bonded on there.
Yeah, I'll keep scraping with this little knife here, trying to get into the little crack.
It might be time to pull out a hammer, you think? I mean,
That is a good idea. I'm gonna write that down.
gold can't stick on the tooth if there's no tooth left.
Yeah.
You figure.
Best way to extract gold from teeth: hammer.
Yep.
Oh, and then I look at him and I'm like, oh, why even pull out the tooth? I'll just hammer him now. I'm gonna go look for a hammer now.
Yep. All right. So Pinball again. He's trying to keep your focus. So look, Pinball, let's come to an arrangement here. There's no big mystery going on. It's not like I'm rooking or robbing a military base. They're civilian assets. Let's call them that. We use them. Keep track of the neighborhood. Occasionally, we have them steal things for us, or back for us, I should say. As you know, the neighborhood is being reclaimed slowly. When the construction teams go out, sometimes they find things of ours, and they make it to it before we can get there, and somehow they make it to the black market instead of the proper thing would be to turn it into us, of course. But no, they show up in these night markets.
Strange that. Everybody trying to survive. Imagine that.
Laszlo, you rolled really high on that. He's not telling the whole truth. That's what your human perception tells you. He's giving a version of the truth. It's not an outright lie, but he's definitely holding some stuff back.
See, Gunnarsson, I, as you can see, you are a smart man. I am professional. And I do not like the direct that is landed in my lap.
We can make this go away.
Yeah, yes. And generally, I can also move out of the city if I want to. Apparently, many people do not. I do not know why. City sucks. But
It
outside the
does.
city,
It's
sucks kind
getting
of
better
worse.
every day. Hey, another
Uh,
10 years, it might actually be a functioning society again. Right now, not so much.
Right now, not so much. So, tell me, why do you keep looking at the thing that Laszlo? I mean, you are worried about it. You do not know what the Falcon does to people.
Falcon. Is that another code name? Yeah, no, look, that's just my pet's medical records. Yeah, Gar is all, Gar's a pure breed. Keep up with his shots, his medical conditions. He has to take some medication here and there. Hairball,
Great.
you understand.
Hmm. Hey, Falcon, why don't you get my computer and see how true that is?
I wouldn't just slot that into a computer.
Can I tell if
And
he's
why
being
not?
truthful at this point? Or
Oh no, he's being very serious at this point.
Why should we
got
not?
protections. It's got protections. You install that on your computer. Well, I mean, what do I care? Yeah, go ahead, do it.
if only we had a hacker type person here who could, I don't know, air gap a PC or something.
Marius is standing right there, and everyone's looking everywhere but at Marius.
Guys, I've got a hammer.
And I have a computer that is about to be sacrificed for the greater good, probably. Why does your pet records have so much security and encryption that will destroy my computer?
Gar, there's not just any cat. That's actually Gar 1536, which are the numbers on the tag, by the way. He is a genetic experiment that the government is running on. I am his handler.
I look over to Nancy. I'm like, raising hand?
She shrugs like, Laszlo, he's not lying about this. Or at least he believes he's not lying about this.
Why are they running things? What are they testing? Sort of stuff here with that thing.
Oh, augmented intelligence takes commands better than your average dog. Actually, it's very good at doing reconnaissance in tight spots. I mean, you put some cyber optics on this thing, you can go places where most people can't. Keep an eye on things real well. You'd be surprised at how quiet Gar can be.
It's a cat. I would not be surprised. I mean,
resistant to general harm as well. Gar heals a lot faster than any animal of its size. We haven't put it to the test, but we think Gar can survive small arms fire.
I mean, we can't test that.
I mean, yes, we could,
You
but
you might piss off Gar if you were to do that, and it might activate his attack sequence. I've only seen it once. It's interesting.
With Gar or one of the others?
With its prey. It's very interesting.
Oh, with the mice and the stuff.
Yeah. But look, enough about Gar. So we have a deal?
No,
Pinball?
not yet.
No. Okay.
Because we're going to trash a computer
Well,
trying to look at this.
I really hate to rush things, but your friend here, I'm afraid to say, is I'm probably going to bleed out in the next few minutes. He spits out another mouthful of blood. So if we're to have you walk out of this alive and you not have the weight of the government behind you looking for you, I suggest we do move things along.
Oh,
Marius,
I can deal with that.
Yeah, take the Doodad from take the Zimazongo from the Falcon. Deal with the computer things. And if you leave my computer operational afterwards, I will be immensely impressed and surprised. I will buy a lottery ticket the very next day. And how about the Falcon help our new friend here?
I looked to Nancy, and I'm like, huh?
She kind of just throws the tablet she's been writing on to the side and says, he's right. They probably have a physical copy. I mean, if I get rid of the digital, I mean, that'll slow things down, but somewhere out there's a physical copy of everything.
And you'll really piss off some intern that has to do data entry to re-enter it.
Well, there's that, I guess.
All right, so
She just kind of throws her pencil away in disgust.
all right, I'll put the hammer down.
It's not too late for me to shoot her in the head for you as part of the deal.
Jameis, you continue to drive around the block. The phone goes off again when you're near that construction site that's still being worked on.
I suspected as much, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to try.
Yep. It's not empty, though. Should be, given time of day, but there are several cars kind of just parked around.
I'm sure there's
Looks like
things happening there at any given time.
Yeah. But something on the phone definitely has a key to something on that construction site.
All right. I'm going to definitely have a look at that because that's one of my areas that I have I've declared as something that I actually have active interest in.
Okay, so you're going to enter the site.
Yep. Okay. I do know some of them already, unless they're all sort of military types who've never turned up before. I do actually worked with various. I think I said the mafia was the one in control of it.
Yes.
Yeah, I have worked with them before on some of the stuff because they know I'm a tech person, so that I have helped them out on occasion.
Okay. Do me a reputation check.
Ooh, how do I do that?
Well, you guys should all be at 4 right now, and I'm going to say you're probably at 5 with these people since you know them.
Okay. What do I roll?
Just roll a d10.
Okay. Do 5.
Okay. There's at least a person there that recognizes you as you roll in. I'm giving you guys a breather back at the apartment to figure out what you want to do with this. And he's not kidding, Pinball. He is getting like real pale as you continue to talk. He is losing a lot of blood.
Well, Laszlo's going to give him some treatment, and because why bother having a doctor, air quote doctor, on hand if he's not going to do doctor stuff? I guess
he's a doctor that works on dead people. Come on.
I'm still. I at the very least, I can put him in my cryo so that he won't die immediately.
And I want Marius to plug that memory chip into my computer, which runs all my games, and I will be tragically crushed when my computer goes up in flames.
Well, first of all, do you do that, Laszlo? Yeah. Do you do that, Laszlo? Do you slot it?
Marius.
Laszlo does not do anything computer related.
Okay, well, then there you go.
Because it's not Laszlo who's doing that. It's our interface guy. It's Marius, the amazing one.
Okay, so you've handed Marius the data chip.
Yep.
Have you forgotten who people are, Bert?
No, I didn't hear that Laszlo gave him the chip. As far as I knew, Laszlo still had the chip.
Laszlo never had the chip. Sure. All right, I did have the chip. Yeah. All right.
Okay, so Jameis, Elena gets on. So several of the construction workers and hanger-ons.
Where's it going?
Right, so they come out to stop you from getting onto location, but one of the group knows you. It's like, oh, Elena, hey, you got to meet. I didn't know we had any junkers for you tonight. We're kind of in the middle of something.
Yeah, no, I got a thing that apparently there's something, some bit of tech here. tracking down? Got a job tracking down.
He
So
gets a look at that phone, and he's like, didn't know you hung out with those guys.
it's a side thing I'm doing at the moment.
I warn you off, Elena, but sounds like you're already in deep. He kind of points over to one of these construction trailers that they bring onto job sites, and it's usually the foreman or the architect is in there. So
Mhm.
that's what you want. And he points over at
Okay.
that mobile building.
All right. Is that where the phones?
Well, if you start going in that direction, yeah, it's the proximity sensor is telling you you're getting closer.
Yeah. Okay. As far as I'm aware.
All right, you walk in that
there's a piece of
position. First
Yeah.
thing that happens is it's got point defense guns and an announcement saying, "Please, please stay back within 2 meters." But then your phone seems to lock in with the code, and then the guns just kind of go back down into the pedestals.
Neat. Have a better look at what it is. Go closer.
Okay,
I don't
you
know.
walk right up to the door. Green
Yeah.
light goes off on the lock. You hear a chunk sound. Sounds like a very substantial locking system on what should be a flimsy door, but it's not. It is very much not. You open it. It seems to be some kind of command center that you step into. There's various. There's a set of visors, but there's also monitors for showing cameras from different locations around this structure that's being worked on, but also cameras from all over the city, different areas. Some of them are pointing at banks. Some of them are pointing at some convenience stores. Lots of them are pointing at the streets, and it seems to be doing a pattern and facial and stride recognition of like everyone that's walking through the neighborhood, and it's collecting that data.
So is this just one of the things that happens to be here, or is this? Trying to think. Is this something that sort of does it look like this was brought here by the mafia, or is it just like it's something that they've discovered here, or what?
Well, no, I mean, definitely this is something that was hauled here and dropped off. The outside looks like it's a construction trailer, but you're looking at all the hardware here, especially there's like a little mini server here, and it apparently is connected to the mesh network. Your phone is showing on one of the screens, like your phone, the one you're holding that brought you here. And all of this is military hardware. It's all military grade hardware. All right, let me break from you a minute and let's go back to the tense situation. So Pinball, yeah, he's fading. Laszlo, if you want to check on him, you can. Marius, Pinball's giving you his set, his VR goggles and hookup. You've got this data storage device.
Okay,
What do you want to do?
I want to play a game.
Okay, you want to use his device and slot it?
Well,
Is the game test Pinball's patience?
I don't know. Is it on here? I'm looking through your
Oh.
Steam library. I can't find it yet.
It's in
never
the
let
top
me-
5 of his greatest hits. It's on there, of course.
You never let me play with your laptop. I'm always stuck with mobile games.
You're supposed to use your own virtuality goggles.
No, but they're not as good. Look at this thing. This thing's awesome. All right, I'll sit down.
See the thing. See if it blows up my computer.
All right.
Oh, wait. I take out a memory chip and back up all my high scores.
Okay.
All right.
I got my save data.
Okay, I'll disconnect it from everything. Make sure it's air gapped. And I'm gonna plug in the chip. And as soon as I do, I'm just gonna like step back with my hands up, and I'll be like,
So are you connected to it at all?
No, I'm just gonna plug it into the computer. And
Okay, you plug it
interface
in. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not connecting to the computer or the chip at this point.
Okay, you plug it in and nothing seems to happen, although you can see from his virtuality goggles that there's a red light that's glowing. You want to put them on?
I'm gonna hold it up and not gonna put it on. I'm just gonna kind of look at the goggles and.
Pinball, do you have interface jacks, or are you just using this as basically a VR goggle?
I just have virtuality goggles, so no, I do
Okay,
not
no
have-
interface jacks. Then yes, you can see the screen. All right, it's a warning sign. It says not enough memory. Whatever is stored on that thing is overwhelming how many memory units or storage units that his device has.
Yeah, it's just basically a laptop for Cyberpunk.
So
it's got a program on it, but his deck isn't capable of running it.
Considering the deck probably has something like I don't know, 100 terabytes or whatever.
So would my deck then? Do I think my deck would run
Your
it?
deck's built to hold programs like this.
Of course, this is how it turns out.
Yep.
I could have been a good dentist. All right. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to get in a comfortable chair. And I'm going to sit down and I'm going to put the chip in whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see if I blow up.
Okay. Do you commonly keep your deck loaded with programs, or do you keep extra areas open? Do you not normally have your programs slotted?
I usually have them rezzed, yeah. Or whatever.
You do normally. Okay. Do you have any room left on your deck with everything being rezzed?
I don't think so. I think I maxed it out.
Okay, then you need to derez one of your programs for this to load in. It is definitely a program.
Which I don't even remember which I had rezzed and which wasn't rezzed. Where's my programs? Why can I never find what I'm looking for when I'm looking for it? Right? Like internal site. No. Where is it? Well, I'll derez them. I just can't tell you which one I'm derezing and which one.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's say you derez a program and you slot this program. Your deck tells you that there's a new program called Excalibur, Excalibr, that has just been loaded in.
Okay. What's the description?
You actually have to take a net action to find out.
Okay, all right. So I get 3 of those.
Here come the rolls.
All right. Yeah. Oh, we're all dead.
Yeah. So the first thing you have to do is to jack in. So the program is going to be treated like a structure. So like you got to get into it. So you take your, we can do this out of sequence because there's nothing harmful just yet. So you jack into it, and the first thing that happens is that it does have a gate. That's the first thing you hit. So you can't see the rest of the structure until you get through the gate.
Okay.
So you have a net action that will allow you to get through that.
Yeah, jacked in is a meat space action, and then I have 3 actions, so I'll do that.
Okay. This would be lobby. Okay. So go ahead and give me a roll if you want to try and get through the gate.
Okay, just an interface.
It's your interface plus if you've got any program that helps you to open a gate, open a password, and a D10.
Booster worm. Increases all backdoor checks.
Yeah.
Is this a backdoor check?
Yeah.
Okay. I would have disconnected the black ice, so.
Okay.
That would have given me 2 slots. All right, so backdoor, I'll do that for the worm for +2. Now, how do I roll here?
It should be you clicking on your roll ability interface.
I'm trying. I must have set something up wrong. Okay. So it's, I see. Roll bonus 2. Sorry, I'm just not
you're good.
familiar with Roll20 that much. Okay, here goes nothing. Extra damage dice 0. Roll bonus. Cancel. I might have done
Yeah, you ran the programs app, but that's fine. The die roll's fine. So your interface 4, you got your D10.
my.
Not sure what all those rolls are.
Oh, there
we'll
it's
take your
finally
first roll.
disappeared. Something's going on with my.
It's okay. Don't worry about it, Kelly. We'll take your first roll. It's enough to get through the gate.
There's a slight
So-
lag, so be
Yeah,
patient.
that's what it is. Okay.
All right.
So you're through the lobby. So now you can take a look at the network architecture and see what might be here. So there is a net action that allows you to do that.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, I clicked too many times. Too many windows open. Okay, so I'll take a net action then to see what's in there.
Yep.
So that's a Pathfinder, right?
It's Pathfinder, right?
So
And if you've got a program that helps with pathfinding,
yes, Pathfinder. I have the SIA. Oh, I just okay. Oh, I'm only gonna do one roll for this one. Oh, I did it right.
okay. All right. This architecture has 2 floors. You're in the lobby. So past the lobby, there's 2 floors. You can tell there is black ice on the bottom floor. You can also tell that this is an attack program. You don't know its parameters. You'd have to get down to the bottom floor of the architecture to be able to gain control of it. But this is an attack program of some sort.
Okay. Okay, that's all
You
my
wanna
net action.
push it and get into it, or do you just want to leave now after knowing what it is?
Well, that's all my net actions for this
Yep.
turn. So
Okay, well, let's pause there. So nothing's blowing up as Marius has slotted this into his own virtuality set pinball.
Well, the Falcon deals with the Bleeding Gums Gunnarsson. Pinball would be poking his computer to see if it is blown up.
It has not. Cannot successfully load onto this consumer level VR set you have. You did nothing to it. Everything seems fine.
We'll
It
probably have
rebooted
to-
your system, though.
I'm suspicious of this and will dispose of it. I had to get a new one.
Laszlo, he does look pale, and you know that his voice is kind of losing a little bit of its strength, and he stutters a little bit. He is bleeding profusely from the teeth that have been pulled from his mouth. What do you want to do?
Patch him up. I have
Patch him up.
various chemicals and things which will function as blood for a short series of time, if you include my pharmaceutical stuff that I've got here. So
Sure.
Works in
Go ahead.
miracles.
Make me that med tech roll.
Kills him.
don't move. I'm not quite sure how. Wait, it's
He
your
can't
living
actually move
body,
very much anyway.
so, you
He's
know.
bound to the chair.
All right.
All right, no
Right.
problem. You hook some plasma up to him to give his some blood volume. You stop the flow of blood. You've probably got some tools to cauterize, that sort of thing. So you've stabilized him. He's not going to die in this chair. Well, at least not unless 40 decides to shoot him or someone else does. But he's stabilized now. He's not in great condition, but he's stable. Well, that's a start. Thank you, doctor. Doctor, never mind. Don't tell me. The less I know, the better. Good hand, though. Good hand. Pinball. How far are we from a deal here?
It depends on how
What
much
do-
you
what
want
do
to
you
admit
want
you are a
from me?
liar. I want
About?
truth. The program that was on your drive,
What about it?
not cat medical records.
Yeah, they're on there.
Hey, Marius, have you found any cat medical records on there? As we
There is
go
a
back to
data
Marius.
store on the first level, Marius. I mean, you didn't get into it to find out yet, but there is a data store.
I'm still trying to get into it. I don't have anything right now. I just turned it on. I mean, you got to give me time. You got to give Genius time to work.
Then how much time do you need?
Well, I'm not a genius, so a lot.
Got to farm out to a genius.
Yeah, subcontractor.
He asks, you take a look. So you've got 2 floors to this data structure. Bottom floor is where you get control of the whole thing, including finding out what the attack program does. But on the other floor, it is a data store, and it actually does have all the medical records of Gar. Gar is only cosmetically a cat.
Oh. Do I have to go through the black ice to get to the data store?
Nope, not to this. This floor is open. Once you got through the gate, it's completely
Okay.
open, easy to access this information.
Okay. Well, I don't want to go to the black ice if I don't have to.
Yep.
Sorry, is it my turn to keep going? I don't want to.
You can keep going. Yeah.
All right, I'll go to the data store. Let's open this thing up.
So, yeah, you can copy the information that you found there if you want. That's a free action. But yeah, it's Gar's record. Gar looks like a cat, but genetically, Gar is not a cat.
Okay, I will copy it. Can I copy it into Pinball's laptop?
You're not hooked up to Pinball's laptop right now, but you can copy it onto yours and then
And then
move things
transfer.
over.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. That sounds like the right thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty extensive records, but it is in fact Gar's medical.
Okay. And yeah, and there's nothing else on this level.
That's it.
there's-
It's all of Gar's records, but that's it
do-
on this record.
Is
So,
the black ice guarding something that I can see?
the black ice is guarding the access to the attack program itself.
Oh, and it's Gar's attack program. Is it?
Well, you don't know that, but it is an attack program. Until you can get through the black ice to activate it, you're not exactly sure what it does.
Okay. All right. So I'll jack out.
Okay.
After I've copied the file, I'm going to wait for that, obviously, because I'm not that much of an idiot.
Yep.
So, and then I'll explain. Pinball. I've got Gar's medical records. And I'll be like, it's right up here. And I guess I'll just jack into the laptop and make a copy on there because the screen's
Okay.
bigger and everyone can sit and read it.
Sure.
And
Which
and then I'll
most of
jack
you can't make heads or tails of it other than Laszlo. Laszlo definitely can't.
Does it mean anything to me or no? It's just data for me, and that's all.
It's just data. You don't have the medical background
Okay.
to really
Okay.
interpret what you're seeing.
All right, then. Yeah, I'm gonna go pick up the hammer and see if I can find any more gold.
All right. Pinball is like, told you. Gar's medical history.
Mm-hmm. What else was there?
Program that's used to activate Gar.
Oh, that is terrible. Poor Gar. Hey Gar, how do you feel about this?
Gar is like nowhere to be seen.
Who let the cat out? Nancy, do you see the cat? No?
Nope, Nancy does not see the cat.
I look up on top of the shelf unit that we have that I know because Nancy once hid a listening device behind it.
Okay. No, you just don't see the cat.
Actually,
If you want to if you want to actually make me a perception check, see if you can scout it out.
well, let's see.
Oh wow,
Holy
Where's
crap.
this cat?
the cat is on top of the falcon statue of Laszlo's.
It's the
Its
next high
fur-
praise I went for.
Its fur has blended much like a chameleon, and it looks like it's part of the statue.
I look directly at the cat and then give it some slow blinks. Which
It
is,
looks at you and then licks its anus.
uh-huh. that is
Stares at you while it does it.
that is a sign of trust if I've ever seen one. So, God, question still stands. No? Oh. Huh. So, I very much want your goodwill in this, Mr. Gunnarsson. Could I get a rank to add to that, since you may be having to deal with me in the future?
Yeah, look. Here's the stakes. I want to leave alive. I want you to not shoot me in the back. I would like to take Gar with me. You guys are inconsequential. You let me out of here. Didn't see a thing. Nothing happened. I will explain this as a bad fall to my dentist.
You did get punched in the face at a dojo.
Yes.
Terrible heads up.
Repeatedly. Yes, that's a good cover.
The make up something about tooth snaking fist or something, which they needed a demonstration for. It was terrible. Otherwise, Maris, what are you doing with that hammer? Stop that!
Well, but I gotta pay rent, and I want to eat well. Nancy needs money to buy food. It's only fair that I trip in because I'm eating most of it.
We're going to give him the teeth back. He needs those.
Oh.
You cannot put them back. I think it makes it easier to regenerate the nerve if they have the teeth.
So I'm gonna get one of those little like brushes and dustpans and take up all the little pieces of tooth, and then I'll
put his teeth in a little Ziploc bag and hand it to him.
Exactly. Yeah. Here you go. Squeeze out the air. It's like, oh, there you go, sir. Put it in his pocket.
So while this is going on, Nancy is putting on a windbreaker to basically cover the blood-stained shirt that she has on. Ties up her hair in a ponytail. It's like, well, this didn't end up how I expected. Got nothing for it. Whatevs. Anyone else want a pizza? 40 is hogging that one.
I have lost my appetite.
Well, your loss is my gain. Can we get pineapple?
Yeah, my treat.
All right, let's do it. And I'm going to turn back to the colonel. I'm like, sorry about your tongue. It's my first time.
Nothing my doc can't straighten out. So, pinball.
Yes, I'm very surprised I have not had to shoot you yet. Still thinking it over. I am inclined to get that cat and you out of this house. But I also fear that this cat is looking at me and will hunt me down one day. What guarantees can you give me that it won't?
Has your friend engaged the attack program?
I think he stopped before he started tragedy.
Then you're fine.
Uh-huh.
You're not an acquired target.
Can you acquire targets after the fact?
He stops for a moment. I don't know. To be honest. Gar's like first generation. We're still working out the kinks.
Right. One after prototype, probably. I would like to not be a test case, but if you want to, seek it. Is this right word? Make it seek out Nancy. That would be okay.
Look, if Nancy's left at this point, look, I get the idea Nancy's one of our spooks, kind of gone rogue. Nasty customer, doesn't seem like she's all there mentally either. I would just stay away. Broken weapons are more likely to bite the wielder, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes. On that subject, any credence to the claim that she has bomb inside her that will explode when I shoot her in the head?
Oh, yeah, it's standard protocol so that we can terminate if we need to.
Well, this is why I have not dealt with her yet, after all. So it is good to, have a verification of such. Why is my life like this? Roommates.
Will 40 conceivably let the military guy have one of his hands free?
You conceivably do what? Sorry.
Let him have one of his hands free?
Yeah, sure.
So
He
I'll
just
knock
kinda,
up one of his hands with a piece of pizza.
He's trying to get the circulation back to it. He's like, all right, look, so we're just going to go our own ways here?
Oh, heavens no. I am going to put the
course
bag over your head and drive you around in a CBR. You probably had different definition. Anti-tracking doodad.
Sure. I mean,
I'm
I
going
got to
to-
tell you, I know you're within a block of the dojo. I mean, you're in a
Yes,
coffin
yes.
motel. There's only been so many. Okay, whatever you need to do to make yourself feel good.
I know, but professional. Unlike
Yeah, of
the
course, yes.
unprofessional.
Sure. You do what you need to do, Pinball. You do what you need to do. Before this ends, though, so since Elena might call somebody, so Elena, you're inside this trailer, this very high tech trailer that seems to be recording data from everyone in, well, basically in the city, capturing faces, strides. It's making a dossier on everyone here that lives in the city.
Yeah, to do anything useful, I'd need to know a good hacker.
Well, you're just shit out of luck, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, I was going to more talk to Carmine, the guy that I know, the mafia guy.
Okay,
It was,
Carmine, all
how
right.
long has this been here, and what the hell's up with it? And
Well, they dropped it off when construction started months ago. It's hooked up to the mains, but it's got its own power. I know that much. We had to install it.
I'm surprised you guys haven't had a look into it.
We were told very strong words that we should not take any interest in it.
Yeah, I can see why. Do you want to have a look now?
No. Elena, I like living. If you want to be messing around with the mafia and who knows who else, that's up to you. Yeah, I don't recommend it. It's not a good, healthy way to live.
I thought the guy I was talking to was part of the mafia.
Well, he works for the mafia, but he's like low level.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, right, yeah, right. No, I'm not. Yeah, I need to talk to a good hacker, and I don't know.
I think that's now Marius's thing. Pinball's thing is, are you okay? Marius's thing is that he's a bad hacker when he really isn't. He just seems to be.
You don't need a good hacker if you know a good demolitionist.
There's that. There is that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess what I'm getting at is Alina going to contact anyone about what you found, or are you just going to pack up and go? What do you want to do here?
I'm just planning on leaving. Can I take a copy of the Keys program? Is probably the main question.
Can you?
Keygen program. Yeah, because it's got a whole bunch of. There's one of the parts of the program is generate this key for the ping thing. Can I take a copy of that out of the program?
You're going to have to
get the
make a
phone
pretty substantial roll to do it, because the thing is kind of this phone that it's attached to is pretty integral to it. So you're going to have to copy some components that are in it. Can you possibly? Yes, Jameis, but it's going to be a very difficult roll.
If it's a tech roll, no, it's not going to be a difficult roll at all. All right, yeah, let's do that before I go back to them and give the phone back and just say that's that for that night. So we'll try and do that as sort of the last thing.
Okay, so you go back to the Coffin Hotel where you've got your setup. You're going to need some gear to do this.
Yep.
Okay.
Keep an eye out for make sure Cat doesn't come anywhere near Sebastian.
So specifically electronics, what you're doing is you're basically you're making an environment where the software is going to think that it's on this phone.
Okay.
So you're basically cloning some chips. It's going to be electronics.
I've got things like invention expertise and field expertise and crap like that to do it. So that's part of
Right,
the
I got you.
That's big
It's going to be a
crap.
very difficult role, though. Electronics
Mhm.
is going to be the specific thing we want.
Yep, electronic security tech. Got that.
Yep, give me a 21 or better.
Okay, I will dump all my luck into it. So this plus 7. Got nothing else. We're nearly at the end of the session because we've taken so long to fart around. 29.
Okay, it is close. You're afraid you're going to brick it there for a moment. You do make a copy, leaving his functional,
Mm-hmm.
but you believe you have a copy set up in a virtual environment. So
Okay,
you basically cloned it to an off the shelf phone as best as you could. It's not going to have
Yeah.
all the sensors that his phone has, so you're not going to get the proximity alert and that sort of thing. But you've got the keys.
Oh, shame. Oh well. Then nothing.
Yeah, no, but you don't have access to the hardware you'd need.
Right.
If you find
Yeah.
it, you can put it on there, sure, but you just
Yeah,
don't have that
excellent.
kind of hardware.
Yeah, and so okay, as part of that, kind of like take a blueprint or a sort of copy of the blueprint so I can sort of know what sort of tech I'm looking for.
Yeah, absolutely.
okay.
You know what sensors it should have because you have to simulate those sensors, so you know what it should.
I can't fabricate it yet, but
Yeah.
That's all right. Fabricating's one of my things I can do at some point. I just need to get hold. I'm sure Ollivander would have all the stuff if I asked nicely. Hey, Ollivander, give me some military level hardware.
Right. So Elena, I'll leave this up to you. Do you want to show up before or after they've released their prisoner?
Unless they contact me, I'll probably random. Given how long things take, probably show up afterwards. Unless they contacted me beforehand.
All right. So Pinball, what deal have you cut?
A very good one that is likely to see us all live and be happy.
Yeah, he's got the one hand free, and he's trying to get the pizza into his mouth, and before he realized it, that's just going to cause a world of hurt since he has no teeth, open wounds.
I raised my hand at 40. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? He has no teeth.
He has his teeth. I gave them back to him.
The semantics. You love to have the semantics argument when you want to get to technicalities and not the pragmatic situation. Shame on you. Shame, shame, shame. Make a terrible dentist. So, Gunnison, what do you feel you need to give us to make it feel like you will walk out of here alive? It is not, I have already guaranteed your life, returning you to base, but you can't buy trust. So what makes you feel comfortable?
I give you my word that I won't come after you.
Huh. How does that strike me for social perception?
You failed. So
I failed way long ago.
No, this is the same scene. Laszlo, however, who's still nearby, I mean, you don't feel like he's lying.
And you are a man of word?
When I need to be, yes.
Huh. I do not like that contextualization, but I am understanding the pragmatics of living in this city. So I think we have accord, yes.
All right. We'll put your bag on me, drive me around, and just drop me off at the base, or just somewhere out of the city is fine.
Do you want base or doctor?
Base. Doc's on the base.
I hope you have good coverage. I mean, I know you do, but hopefully they do not give you, like, second-hand jaw. It would make me feel very bad. And are you sure you don't want to get a few smacks in on Marius here? I don't know why he did that with the pliers.
He considers that for a moment. He's like, no, I told you I wouldn't retaliate. That would feel like retaliation to me. But then he smiles at Marius and says, I've seen you in the dojo, haven't I?
Oh, be sure to get
Oh,
him into sparring
we'll
matches.
spar. We'll spar soon.
No hablo español.
What do you mean you don't speak Spanish?
Oh shit. I'm just gonna get up and walk away.
Okay, so is that it? You're going to accept his word and you're going to drive him around pinball? The hood on for a while?
With Elena, yes, when she arrives.
All right. Well, Elena said she's not arriving till after he's gone. So
I already sent a text message asking our girl to come pick us
Yeah.
up.
I can't
Unless you
drive.
ask her to come, she's not. Off her own bat, she will turn up afterwards if nothing else.
oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, Elena's on comms. If you want to ask Elena to show up, then we can do that.
Yeah.
The alternative is taking what? A stolen Yakuza car, was it?
Yeah. It's still parked out there.
Stupid.
I'm sorry, Michael. What were you saying?
I thought she took it to the construction yard.
I think Elena has her own wheels now, right?
Yeah. I thought that the Yakuza car was taken. Well, not Yakuza there.
I think there was a different car from an earlier job that Nancy did that she got rid of. This is a different job that she nicked a car for. If she needs to go somewhere, she just goes out and steals a car for every single time.
Yep.
SOP.
Nancy, which car did you steal this time?
Nancy's gone for pizza already.
Yeah.
The real reason I'm not in the corner.
Let's
All
assume
right.
that Nancy drives you around for a bit and you let him off near the base, then pinball?
With his cat.
With his cat. Not with his phone, however, because Elena will need time to clone it, which would happen after this. He doesn't ask for it back.
Yeah, we're going to need to
Move, yes. Time to start a new life.
So let's say this is done. I don't know if you heard that or not, Jameis. You could not have given him his phone back because you have to have the time to clone it. So he's released before
apparently
that
no one
happens.
remembered to talk about it, giving him his phone back anyway. So
He never asked for it.
Yeah,
just
he
asked
didn't
for
bring
his
it up.
cat.
No one else brought it up. So I've got the spare phone. What do you want to do with this? What do you want to do with this military gauge?
don't put it to your.
Well, you absolutely know that phone is imminently trackable.
Yeah.
It's still connected to the mesh.
Is there some group we don't like we can give it to and get them to be attacked?
We could give it to that gang. The was it capitalist pig dogs?
It's basically their phone anyway. Yeah. It's their brand of phone anyway.
But then they'll think they double turned on them when they've got that phone.
Either way, Elena goes to the work area and starts cloning that phone. This takes a little bit of time while this is going on. Nancy does not come back. You have someone is calling up from street level. Donnie's Pizza's delivering.
Get out the guns.
5 pizzas.
Paid
They
for.
will have pineapple.
One of them has pineapple because Marius loves pineapple.
The
and
delivery
anchovies.
boy gets to live.
Yep. All paid for. Generous tip was left. So you have 5 steaming pizzas, mostly non-soy. And everyone's back at the back. So now here's the question. If you guys want to talk about what just happened, welcome to it. Otherwise, we're going to fast forward a few weeks.
So, are we going to never speak of this again? Yes, never speak of it.
The only question I have is what are we doing with the phone?
Do you wish to blow it up? Do you wish to plant it on some schmuck? Do you wish to make it go on a wild, herring chase? Herring chase? Of the red kind?
I mean, worst case, I can just completely disassemble it to try and work out what exactly is going on with it. That'd be actually a bit of tech, but there would be destructive maintenance, as it were, to actually fully understand and take it apart to see what's up. So
I
can
mean,
learn
it
from
does have explosive device in it, so it might explode if you do that.
I think best just to stash it in a taxi and just
Where?
let it drive around town.
Yeah. Put them on wild herring chase.
Okay,
Pinball messes up all sorts of colloquialisms.
here you go. Find a fish.
Yes,
All right.
make them
So
go fish.
You send the phone out to the wide
Yeah.
world. Free. Let the phone be free.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Right,
Is there anything else you want to do before we cut?
I just want to bring up something. I mean, you covered Gunderson's head and then drove around so he couldn't find our place. Did you do anything at all to the cat?
Yes.
I didn't stuff
What?
in their bag. I like my arms.
Did you also bag the cat's head?
I mean, the cat is not a cat and can probably sniff its way back here.
Correct. But if we see
I
a
mean,
cat,
I'm pretty sure it marked its territory in my cubicle as well. So,
like I said, we plan to move.
right.
Well, as you would know, Leslie, Gunnison can find out where we are anyway. You know that from his perception. Gunnison that was just basically him just doing a token effort. He knew he could find us if he
Alright.
cared in the slightest.
Also, he very well could have had cyber eyes. Could
True enough, I didn't even think of that.
could,
this you do live in.
could Laszlo have determined if he had cyber optics while he was?
He did not. Yeah, he had no obvious cyber, no eyes, no hand, no obvious cyber. Whether or not he had internal cyber, well, you kind of need to take him apart to find out or put him through a scanner.
Makes sense. I mean, honestly, the one aspect of this game I find a little suspicious is everybody's willingness to chop themselves up and replace it with chrome.
Yep.
That's the cyberpunk nature of the world we're in.
It
If
is.
no one was doing that, we need the mechanics. So
Yeah. Especially when you can get vat grown replacements for your own organs if you've got the cash.
It's not even that more expensive anymore.
Have you
It's
seen
not.
some of that cyberware we can get? It's pretty sweet stuff if you can
Yeah.
afford the humanity loss.
Okay.
Oh,
Anyway, so anything else?
Yeah, is there anything else you want to handle before we cut scenes? Like, are you seriously wanting to try and find someone else to live? You're a little low on funds right now, but you've got some big scores coming up. Do you want Ollivander to handle the selling of the drugs and the reclaiming fee on the nuclear transport vessel? You can do it yourself, but Ollivander has more connections. It can probably get a better deal.
Pinball's fine with either option, but he doesn't want to do the work of finding a buyer. If someone wants to do the work of finding a buyer, he'll let them, but he's willing to let Ollivander do the work. He just wants to discuss the atrocious percentage he wants to take.
His usual 10%.
Atrocious.
Yes.
Atrocious.
10% sold. Yeah, go 10%. Great.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
Unless someone here's a fixer and wants to do it, I'm for. And that's what Ollivander does.
Because 10% was not what he quoted at me.
No. It's
Oh,
not
this is
10%
for the-
toys.
Yeah, this is for the
Yeah.
the finder's fee on the vessel, not the drugs. Two different things.
The Neopets.
Yeah. No, you guys haven't, because okay, hold on. I thought that Elena might not want to sell the Neopets because of the usefulness of all the cameras and gear that's in them. But if you did want to sell it, he can definitely do something with that.
I thought part of the arrangement that Pinball made was he was definitely going to get the Neo. That was what Ollivander was
Okay.
interested in. Was
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Neopets, all right. Do you want him to do the drug deal too? That's the one he's going to want a larger cut for because he's got to deal with some shady people and there might be fallout. So
You can have
He
my
has to
money.
deal
I
with
don't
some
want
shady
any from
people
that
to
drug
get the
stuff.
drugs in the first place.
My reputation depends on it.
yeah, there's that.
Also do same with the drugs. I don't think any of us really give a damn.
About
Okay,
the
so
drugs.
it's all going through Ollivander.
So somewhere far, far away, or whatever.
I'm just making
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
skunk
they're not going to be.
gets
Yeah, they're not going to be sold in this city. No, Ollivander doesn't
Yeah.
like that idea either. It's all going to be outside of this area.
Yeah, Elaine's just also looking out to make sure Skunk gets their cut that's promised. And
Yep.
Beyond that,
Okay. So we're going to cut. A couple of weeks is the next night market. You guys, again, this is your normal. This is your normal job. You do this once a month. It usually makes you enough money that you can kind of float by with a few extra things. But there's a little bit of a windfall. Each of you get 2,500 creds, or EBs, I should say, in this game. This is the final cut from the finder's fee of the nuclear cargo container. This is after everything's taken out. This is what you get, each of you.
You say that number
it
again?
was
2,500 EB.
Okay.
I understand.
I currently
Yeah,
have
not much.
25, 24.
And Ollivander was able to basically keep you out of it as far as like, hey, you don't, because you guys were technically, you were in places you shouldn't have been. So the less questions asked and who found it actually, the better. So there you go. Now, as far as the drugs and the Neopets, he needs more time. The Neopets he knows a lot of collectors, but you can't flood the collector's market because it makes them worth less.
Yeah.
So he's got to find channels to kind of bleed it in slowly to get the best value for them.
Main thing is we need rent and we need food.
Yep.
Beyond that,
as for the drugs, he has something going that he will let you know. Again, he doesn't want to flood these streets with those kinds of drugs. Those are not happy drugs. So, yep, there we go. So we are in another night market. You guys are doing your normal security thing, and we're going to pick up with 40. One thing that is unusual, the night markets here are big affairs. Like they happen once a month, and they're by invite or by knowledge. So, it's not like a public posting on a board where people can just know and show up. You got to know someone, but there's a large clientele list. It's slow today, or tonight, I should say. It's in the parking garage this time, one floor, just kind of spread out. The normal vendors are here, a couple of new vendors here doing, selling a few oddities here and there. 40, there's a music vendor here. Got a couple of your records, some of your early bootleg stuff that you released yourself and called it a bootleg just to get your name out there. Yeah, exactly. He's got a good price on them too. It's like, wow, is it worth that much? Really? But the shoppers, there's nowhere near as many as there normally is. It's down. Some of the people in the stalls are complaining a little bit. They're not sure what's going on. They're wondering if there might be a competitor that no one here knows about. So so there's some rumors as the hawkers are going from stall to stall talking to each other, trying to find out if they know anything.
Yeah. As a thing she does in addition to security, she's gonna chat up the people, see what they know.
Okay. Make me a human perception test as you're going through the crowd.
That's easy.
All right. From the people that are here, you're noticing a trend where they're either highly strapped, like they have obvious weaponry that they're wearing around and seem to know how to carry and use it, or they have bodyguards. You're kind of getting the impression as you're walking around, nodding to the few folks that you know, that people were being scared off. They were literally told that if you go to the night market tonight, there's going to be problems.
All right.
Okay. Someone else want a scene? Laszlo. What's Laszlo doing during this?
I don't have a clue.
Okay.
I'm not really sure what Laszlo would be doing during the night market, usually, I'm afraid.
Laszlo's probably tapped as EMT, and if there's a minor medical emergency, you're kind of staffed for that. There's no one. There's not many people here. You don't feel
Just
like
wanna
this is going to be
sitting
a
up in
night
a
where.
beach hut waiting and scanning to try and find where to go.
Okay.
I
Okay.
I
guess.
thought you'd be going around testing the various vendors' food to see if they're
Oh,
human
genuine human,
free or not.
not human. Yeah, I forgot I did that in the first one. Yeah, guaranteed non-human.
Guaranteed non-human protein.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Or the other way around, depending on what you're feeling like. We don't know.
Guaranteed is in quotation marks.
Yep.
All right, so yeah, Laszlo, you're just kind of wandering around. It doesn't look like it's going to be a hard night at all for you. Pinball.
Pinball's general muscle for hire, and he's the real security for this kind of gig that the crew gets, or at least he's the heavy hitter of the group. So he's making rounds, particularly around the perimeter, since have word of mouth gotten that trouble is being expected.
No, not
right.
to you anyway. Yeah, you weren't working the crowd like 40 was. Okay, so 40 is maybe telling you over the comms unit, though.
I
Is that what
definitely
that was?
passed it on. That it
Okay.
looks like you got more military types here. Enforcing thing going on.
So I'm giving everybody the good old eyeball scan, picking out the threats. Everybody here more or less looks like a threat.
Yeah,
But they
but
don't
they're all very
necessarily-
professional.
But they don't necessarily look coordinated, right?
No.
So he's turning his attention outward to look for
Okay.
people trying to bust in when they should not be busting in.
Give me a general perception check then, as you're just kind of scanning the streets outside of. So again, this is an underground parking lot. It's just like one level under, nice flat, no extra levels.
That's where we are today.
That's where you are tonight. Yeah. That's
Every
nice.
time it comes to find a threat, I nail it out of the park.
Okay. You do see, like, coming down some of the alleyways between buildings, like, looks like groups of people that are, like, coming to potentially shop or at least heading in your direction. And it looks like they're accosted by some folks that just kind of come out of the shadows. Nothing like, they're not mugging them, and you don't see, like, any hardware being pulled out. This looks like they're having a conversation, and then the people just turn around and leave.
Is Ollivander available on a communication comm channel?
Of course.
Hey, boss man.
What you need, Pinball? It's a
Do I
slow
ever-
night. You guys want to maybe take off early? I don't know that I can. I can pay you, of course, but I don't know that I need you all.
Do I ever call when I need something, or when there is something that is happening that you need to know about? It is the second thing. I save you the trouble of answering.
The Pinball again. Now there was that night where you told me the whole night about your new video game, and you were on the comms the entire night talking about your new video game, Pinball. So I don't know.
That's because Master Blaster 2027 is the best instance of Master Blaster that there has ever been. But this is not that.
What is this then, Pinball?
Let's see. What is term? It is a Zamazingo. It is a something scab line. You got people running interference for your customers outside.
They harassing our customers? Is that what you're telling me, Pinball? Is that why we're slow tonight?
Yes, that is what I am telling you.
Pinball, now I know it is outside your purvey, as you know, you're hired for security in the building, but I would consider it a personal favor if you could find out what they're telling these people.
Right. Shall I? You.
No guns, Pinball. Do not make bodies that I gotta make disappear. Are we clear?
Well, if the body is outside, do you even have to make it disappear?
You got me there, Pinball. Let's say, do not attract authorities, Pinball.
Okay, but if they're interfering with your business, do examples need to be made?
No, we don't do business that way, Pinball. We're not the mafia. People come to us because we got a product they want, not because they.
How are
Pinball,
you
no
still in
authorities.
business?
No authorities, Pinball.
Since let's maybe I should bring 40 with me. She is
Yeah, take backup just in case. Your 40's got a
well.
good head on her.
Well, I mean, you don't want me to shoot them. And I ask them what they want. They say, "Oh, nothing." I scram, and I say, "Oh, I guess I will leave now, since I will not be shooting you." 40 will
That
be
sounds like
much.
a plan, Pinball. Keep me apprised of the situation when you find out what they're telling my customers.
All right. You may want to inquire the customers that are already in here, maybe.
Oy, have you seen the customers tonight? These are some hard individuals. I will employ my usual charms and I will find out what I can.
I mean, they are on the list.
They are. They are.
So maybe you can offer them discount or something. I do not know. Leave that in your
Stopper's
capable
like,
hands, boss.
I'll take this one gross of grenades. I'll take that one rocket launcher. I'll take those 4 cases of MREs, and I'll take these diapers. The ones with the lotion, yes. And these mints. Thank you.
Well, when you're on a stakeout, you don't want to leave.
All right, so I guess you're calling 40 up.
40, we have a situation outside.
Okay.
So we will now be placing you and myself in potential harm's way to find out what the situation actually is. Don't you love
Sounds
being
like so much
volunteered for
fun.
things? Yeah.
Let me grab my duffel.
Slide a few of those aforementioned grenades in. Off you go.
And I wanted to do some shopping. God darn it. They ruined my night.
Pinball and 40, you hit the street. It's pretty, all the lights are not on here. This is still one of the zones that are being still currently being refurbished. There's not a lot of housing, but there are a few street lights here and there, mostly because Ollivander got that much going. Again, you can see groups of people that are kind of approaching your building, and then someone kind of just steps out in front of them, not threateningly, has few words, and for the most part, folks just turn around, head off. Not always. Few customers do just kind of push by whoever's trying to give them whatever spiel and head towards the night market.
Fully, you go talk to them. I try be sneaky.
Fantastic.
Right.
So I'm
40,
going to try to.
you got a test that you can make to see if someone recognizes you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you roll that? We will see if this group that has gone by recognizes who you are.
I'm thinking I don't.
No, not with that roll.
-7.
Yep. They just studiously ignore you as they go down into the parking garage. Pinball, what are you doing?
Trying to be sneaky and letting 40 take the lead. Like
Okay.
letting her be, the dog that beats the bush.
All right. While this is going on, Marius, what do you do in your position as security help during these night markets?
I basically just try and keep order because I've got a big gun.
Okay.
So I just
you're
patrol, make sure. Yeah, I don't.
Controlling the crowd.
Yeah, nothing exciting.
Okay. You also make me a human perception roll then, while you're just kind of going in what small crowd there is in here.
Sorry, just gotta find it. Okay, let's hope this works right.
Okay.
I've done worse.
Yeah. Again, you're hearing the chatter. A few of the customers that kind of know each other are just talking about, an unusual night. They were warned to stay away tonight.
Okay.
So you're catching that in the background. People are talking about it. Marius, one of the guys that usually comes by here to buy some tech and usually, strikes up a conversation with you. You talk shop now and then. He's made it in. He's looking around. He sees how empty everything is. He's like, yeah, Marius, what's the deal?
I give him the head nod and I walk up to him. Oh, it's just, I don't know, maybe there's a big Lakers game on or something. I don't know.
No, no, like you got a street gang out there telling people that it's unsafe to be here tonight. What's going on?
Sure, we what? There's a street gang.
Yeah,
Now, is there? Can I go and quickly look? And is there like windows looking out or something?
yeah, you do. You don't really see much though.
Okay, I'm gonna use my agent, and a few of us have the wireless radio, so I'll let
Yeah.
them know.
Yeah, I
I've
mean,
been
you
told
heard me
this.
call for 40 for
40.
this reason.
I had it off. I was busy in the bathroom,
Cool.
so I'm like, oh, well then, all right.
All right. And Elena, what are you doing as part of your duties?
I don't carry a gun for a start off.
Yep. Okay.
Mainly, I'm there to be an independent source for tech stuff. If someone's trying to sell tech or buy tech, I'm usually there to provide an independent oversight. And, as it is what they say, or to provide help if something needs repair.
Okay, yeah. So maybe you're there to
So it's
verify
sort of
that.
roving tech person. Yeah.
Okay. So you actually do have some customers that night then that are asking for your expertise, whether or not certain things are garbage or if they're the good deal or not. You're kind of known for that kind of help, so that's what you're doing. So 40, Pinball is backing you up. So what's 40's play here? Again, you see, there's some people in the alleys. Again, they don't seem to be armed and they don't seem to be threatening in the least, but they're having just quick conversations with folks that are heading towards the night market.
Yeah, let's strike a conversation with them and see what they're saying.
You pick an alley. The guy has a spiel with a few folks, like 3 people, and they turn around and walk away. You don't catch the whole spiel, but something about it's unsafe. And as you're approaching this person, the person's well dressed. It's like button down kind of suit coat, nice tie, and these like loafers, yacht loafers. If you know what those are for shoes, right? So they don't quite go with a suit. Turns around, sees you 40, and just tips his hat at you and just starts walking away.
Hey, what's the news?
He's still walking, unless you're running to catch up. He's not running away, but he's walking away.
Yeah, I'll catch up.
Okay. He's like, Scram, boss told us to leave you alone. I don't want any trouble.
He's turned back to me now.
Nope, he's still walking away. He's just kind of talking to you, as he's walking.
Nah, I'm following. See, the problem is you ain't leaving me alone. Because my night's been messed up because of you.
That's not my problem.
It can very quickly be your problem.
I don't think so. And he's still walking.
Still following.
Yeah, you get the idea that he doesn't want to talk to you, doesn't want to interact with you. Unless you do something to stop him, he's just going to keep walking away.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab his shoulder or his jacket, whatever.
Okay, you grab him, and he puts his hands out so that you can see he's not armed, and he just kind of looks like through you, like he's not looking at you directly at all. He's like, I got no problem.
Let me make it abundantly clear. If you continue to tell people that this event is not safe, you shall quickly find it not safe for you.
Are you threatening me? We're not doing anything illegal here. Heck, do you got a permit for that market? I don't think so.
Pulls out gun. This is the permit.
Yeah, that's the thing, 40. He's not obviously wearing any hardware. Like, there's no gun in immediate view. Not to say he couldn't be hiding one, but there's no weapon in immediate view.
You're gonna stomp on his foot.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he curses a little bit and he kind of steps back. It takes his foot back, but he does not react.
Don't need a permit, you half-bit ganger.
Well, I don't need a permit to talk to folks that are just happen to be taking a stroll at night either. Good night. Turns around and starts walking away again.
I get to control the outside, tell this thing off every time he shows up.
Okay. So you want to do this every time someone comes out to talk to somebody in the alley? What'll happen then is that they all won't engage with you. They just walk away, but you do stop them from talking to your potential customers, which means that it starts filling up. The night market starts getting more consumers coming in. So it starts to fill up to about, less than normal by the end of the market. So you brought in some folks. With you and Pinball kind of like stopping them from talking to these folks, they quickly just stop and walk away. They don't engage you. Every time you walk up to one, they just quickly turn around and walk away. And none of them threatens any of your potential customers. They just tell them it's not safe to shop here.
Do they ever elaborate?
Nope. They actually say it like, hey, I'm doing you a favor. Like, hey, it's not safe here. Maybe you should rethink what you're doing tonight. And they don't do it in like a, you shouldn't go here tonight if you catch my, no. And they're doing it like it's a public service announcement.
Yeah, but at least somebody has to ask, why is it not safe?
Yep. And when they do, they just shake their head and let them through. They don't in any way try to intimidate or stop anyone after saying their piece.
Report back to the boss.
Okay. And we'll stop there for the night. You do manage to get enough people to come in later in the evening that Ollivander's happy with it. A little down on average, but, better than it was. And we're going to stop there for the evening. Richard, you feel like crud, I'm sure, so I don't know that you're streaming later on.
Yeah, when I don't feel like complete and utter shit and trying to get over whatever this scrapping thing is, I stream here on Twitch playing video games badly. I'm sure that my illness has not impacted my performance at all. You can find me here at FFR. Or
Trying to
say it
stay
with me
with
now. Limited
time offer.
No vowels.
No vowels.
No vowels. That was
Plenty of
horrendous.
coffee.
Jamis, tell us about your blog.
That's it. I have a blog. Stuff that I just saw Black Adam the other day, so I posted about that. And I've got talking about my rather stressful cruise I had recently coming up.
Oh,
coming up as me talking about the stress.
I was going to say, so the cruise is pre-stressful before you even have it. You're okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Pre-stress
Yep.
cruise. Gotcha. Awesome. All right. So I believe our rest of our crew, Kelly, Steven, and Michael, are internet black holes and don't create their own content. But if you've got anything you want to plug, please do. Mario or Kelly, got anything you want to plug?
No, I'm sorry, nothing.
Oh,
well,
good.
you
Right.
can find my friend Richard on, let's see, limited time offer, no vows, LMTD, TM, FFR. Check them
There
out.
you go.
If if you're American, that's about, 3 a.m. you usually stream?
Yeah, it's a perfectly good time. What's your problem with that?
I mean, it's 8 a.m. my time, so 8
I
a.m.
mean,
GMT or BST at the moment.
It's a perfectly
have it-
reasonable time to be
I
doing
have
things.
seen it stream a couple of times, usually when I'm suffering from insomnia.
It's a
Yeah,
great time.
there you go. Michael, you got anything you want to plug?
No, nothing this week.
All good. Okay, guys. Well, if you found us, you know where we are, twitch.tv/Steam Steel Murder. Follow our podcast at Blue Magic, BLUMAGIK.com. All of our links are there. I think we're just going to call it a night there. So say goodbye, everybody.
I don't.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.